I've made a sincere effort to share with the world what I've learned from the writings of renowned physicians regarding the benefits of using regular water for the well-being of humanity. This includes insights gathered through personal experiences, extensive trials spanning several decades from the age of 30 to 74, and information received from others. These experiences have solidified my belief in the remarkable healing properties of water, which can treat ailments effortlessly and at no cost. Water being universally accessible and effective in preventing or curing various diseases can truly be considered a panacea that benefits all people, regardless of their location or circumstances. In his work Method and Means of Enjoying Health, Dr. Manwaring extols the virtues of water as a wholesome and natural drink ideally suited for human consumption. He argues that water, by virtue of its cooling, hydrating, and thirst-quenching properties, fulfills all the essential functions of beverages. It is transparent, light, and easily absorbed by the body, efficiently delivering nourishment to its tiniest vessels. Unlike other drinks, water inherently regulates itself, requiring minimal caution in its consumption as it naturally satiates without excess. Dr. Manwaring also notes that in ancient times, those who primarily drank water lived significantly longer, with fewer instances of illness and complaints compared to modern times. Advantages of water for digestion. Dr. Keel, in his book Abridgment of the Anatomy of Human Bodies, emphasizes that water is the most suitable beverage for promoting digestion, unlike alcoholic drinks that tend to hinder digestion. Long-term use of alcoholic beverages often leads to a loss of appetite, which can be remedied by switching to water, known for enhancing appetite and promoting strong digestion. Dr. Baynard also concurs, stating that water is superior to fermented beverages in breaking down and digesting food effectively, preventing diseases with water. Dr. Pratt, in his work on mineral waters, asserts that adopting a habit of drinking water can significantly reduce the risk of various diseases such as tremors, paralysis, strokes, dizziness, headaches, gout, kidney stones, edema, rheumatism, hemorrhoids, and more. Water consumption not only strengthens the stomach and stimulates appetite, but also maintains good vision, enhances sensory perception, and cleanses the body's internal passages, particularly the kidneys and bladder. Promoting health through water. Dr. Duncan, in his study on hot beverages, notes that those who primarily consume water tend to enjoy better health and longevity compared to those who consume strong alcoholic drinks. Water helps regulate stomach temperature, preventing overheating, whereas excessive heat from alcoholic drinks can lead to various health issues like inflammation, poor digestion, limb pains, headaches, vision problems, and nervous disorders. Dr. Duncan emphasizes the importance of maintaining a cool and balanced blood system through a moderate diet and ample water intake, as it prevents ulcers and other health complications. Drinking a generous amount of water in the morning and after meals aids in maintaining blood balance, eliminating toxins through urine, cooling the stomach, and preventing digestive discomforts. Switching to water from strong drinks and hot diets can significantly improve overall health and well-being. Benefits of water. Sir John Floyer, in his book Treatise of Cold Baths, asserts that individuals who consume water exhibit temperance, prudence, and ingenuity in their actions. They are less prone to diseases affecting the head such as strokes, paralysis, pain, vision and hearing impairments, gout, convulsions, tremors, and mental disorders. Drinking water alleviates hiccups, bad breath, and body odor. It also prevents decay, cools internal heat and thirst, and aids digestion after meals. If the beneficial properties of cold water were acknowledged, it would be valued as a potent remedy, preventing conditions like kidney stones, asthma, and hysterical fits. Children should be raised consuming water from infancy. Sir John Floyer also notes that water is the universal and healthiest drink globally. Water's strengthening properties. Upon reviewing Sir Thomas Eliot's book, The Castle of Health, it's mentioned that despite Cornwall's cold climate, individuals who primarily drank water were robust and lived long lives. This observation is supported by Sir Henry Blount's experience in the Levant, where water was the common beverage due to the prohibition of wine. He found better digestion and tolerance for food while consuming water. Water for digestion: Dr. Gideon Harvey's Treatise of the Vanity of Philosophy states that proper digestion is not solely due to heat, but also depends on the natural ferment or digestive fluid that water aids in dissolving food effectively. Hot alcoholic beverages can degrade this digestive fluid, making water the preferred choice too. Enhanced digestion, preventing gout and melancholy. Dr. Allen emphasizes water drinking as a preventive measure against gout and melancholy, highlighting that excessive consumption of alcoholic drinks often leads to gout, whereas water drinkers rarely experience such issues. He also notes that melancholy is kept at bay by choosing water over strong alcoholic beverages. An anecdote about a gout patient who found relief by switching to a water-only diet further underscores the benefits of water consumption in preventing these conditions. Gravel prevention water's beneficial properties extend to preventing kidney gravel formation, according to Zekias, cited in Consult. 17 by Salmon, water significantly reduces kidney heat, eliminating the waste causing back pain, a common sign of gravel. It's advised to drink warm water as it gradually reduces unnatural heat, preventing further gravel formation. I've personally experienced this, as I noticed a significant reduction in gravel and waste in my urine after switching to water. This change relieved me from symptoms that some attributed to witchcraft, and I haven't experienced them since. Preventing bladder stones. Water is also recommended for preventing bladder stones. People who have had stones and switched to drinking water have observed fewer occurrences. This is because water reduces body heat, which is a major factor in stone formation. Both warm and cold water intake have been suggested, as mentioned by Van Hayden in Help for the Rich and Poor. Drinking cold water in the morning has prevented further stone growth in many individuals post-stone expulsion, dissolving stones. This observation may pave the way for non-invasive stone treatments. If water intake can prevent new stones, it may also prevent existing stones from growing larger. Adding a few drops of sweet spirit of nitre to water can help dissolve stones over time. Water sweetened with honey is also beneficial for easing gravel, as it has a similar effect on both gravel and stones. Benefits in pregnancy. Water consumption during pregnancy is crucial for the child's well-being. Drinking water instead of strong liquors prevents harm to unborn children. This practice leads to healthier and less troubled children, making them easier to care for and less susceptible to premature death. This abstinence from strong drinks is why many wealthy families struggle with child rearing compared to poorer families who naturally avoid excessive indulgence in alcohol. Side note: enhances lactation in women. It's worth mentioning here, based on various experiments, that drinking water while nursing can significantly boost milk production in women facing lactation challenges, as anyone who gives it a try will confirm. I've recommended this to many, and they've noticed that drinking a substantial amount of water before bed ensures an ample milk supply for the night, addressing previous inadequacies that couldn't be resolved otherwise. Additionally, mothers who noticed their infants being fussy due to overheated milk found them much calmer after cooling their milk by drinking water. Side note: curbs hunger and prevents starvation. Drinking water can also sustain the body without food for a period, preventing starvation. A credible friend, an officer at sea, shared an incident from Stafford where some pressed men for naval service were held. Among them was a determined individual who chose starvation over sea duty. He abstained from food for about 20 days, consuming only about 3 pints or 2 quarts of water daily in hopes of being discharged, eventually realizing the futility of his stance as they were due to march to London, he reluctantly began eating a little. Despite this, during the march, he kept up with others. Step 1. Recognize. The first step is to recognize your difficulties. Determine if the challenges you face are genuinely difficult or if they are merely situations that require you to step out of your comfort zone. Often, what people perceive as difficult is simply a matter of stretching their boundaries. Therefore, it is important to assess the nature of your difficulties accurately. Step 2. Allow. The second step is to maintain a calm mind and allow yourself to face the challenges. It means granting permission to yourself to overcome these obstacles. Sometimes, when you focus too much on the difficulties, you may feel sad or become discouraged. In such moments, it is crucial to exercise self-control and not allow the challenges to further disturb your state of mind. Step 3. Investigate. The third and most significant step is to investigate the challenges. After recognizing and allowing them, it's time to explore them further. Understand why these difficulties have arisen and whether they are genuine obstacles. Investigating the reasons behind these challenges helps you avoid repeating the same mistakes that led to them in the first place. By committing to this process, you can prevent similar difficulties from arising in the future. Chapter 5. Convert your important work into urgent work. In this chapter, the author advises us to convert our important tasks into urgent ones. However, it's important to understand the distinction between these two types of work. An important task is something that holds significance for you, while an urgent task is one that was important before but has now become a necessity due to procrastination or delay. The author provides an example to illustrate this point. We all know the importance of paying bills for electricity or water. However, only a few people pay them on time, often waiting until the last date has passed. This delay turns it into an urgent task, disrupting our other activities. Sometimes, urgent tasks end up overshadowing our other work, leading to a breakdown in our daily routine. The author does not suggest intentionally delaying important tasks until they become urgent. Instead, the idea is to approach all important tasks with the mindset of treating them as urgent. By completing them promptly, you can avoid unnecessary pressure and ensure the quality of your work. If you find yourself consistently overwhelmed with urgent tasks, the author provides some tips to help you complete your important work before it reaches the point of becoming urgent. One tip is to pay bills, such as electricity bills, on the same day you receive them. This eliminates any lingering tension and prevents important tasks from turning into urgent ones. Another tip is to set aside a specific day each week dedicated to completing all your urgent tasks. On this day, you prioritize and accomplish crucial tasks that cannot be postponed any longer, such as bill payments and house rent. Dr. Chain recommends warm water for restoring lost appetites and strengthening weak digestions, although cold water works just as effectively. He advises gout patients to consume ample water before bedtime after excesses in food or drink to aid digestion and dilute stomach contents, reducing digestive strain. Side note: other benefits of water-induced vomiting. Sir John Floyer's research indicates that water-induced vomiting is beneficial for various conditions like gout, sciatica, shortness of breath, melancholy, and epilepsy, often originating from harmful stomach contents. Personally, I've experienced its immediate benefits, as when I preempted an apoplectic episode by inducing vomiting after a heavy meal, averting potential serious consequences. This method, although not enjoyable, offers quick relief from stomach disturbances and aids in maintaining overall health. For those experiencing shortness of breath, a proven remedy is inducing vomiting with warm water 3 or 4 times, followed by drinking only water thereafter, either cold or warmed with toast. This regimen noticeably eases breathing difficulties. One individual I advised successfully managed their conditioned for multiple winters using this method. However, they later succumbed to the illness after consuming strong alcoholic beverages, which exacerbate shortness of breath. Therefore, it's crucial for individuals with this condition to abstain from anything but water. In cases of severe vomiting that can be life-threatening, drinking warm water after each episode can prevent excessive straining, a major risk during vomiting that can lead to internal injury. This approach helps loosen and expel the offending matter from the stomach more efficiently, thus reducing the duration of vomiting. Notably, this method was employed by Sydenham, a renowned medical figure, to combat common ailments like cholera morbus. He prescribed drinking large amounts of water or water-based broth until vomiting ceased. Similarly, in non-vomiting cases of diarrhea or fluxes, consuming a quart or more of warm water weakens the underlying acidity causing the condition, leading to rapid recovery and relief from abdominal cramps. In the case of bloody flux, considered the most perilous, Cornelius Celsus recommended drinking copious amounts of cold water as the primary remedy with no other substances consumed until recovery. Lusitanus also attested to a successful recovery from bloody flux through drinking large quantities of cold water, which neutralizes the harmful acidity causing pain and gastrointestinal distress. Water is highly beneficial for treating individuals with consumption. Tuberculosis. In these cases, weakened digestion leads to the production of harmful substances that damage the lungs and obstruct the passage of nutrients. Regular water consumption helps to clear these obstructions and reduce harmful acidity, especially if started before the lungs develop ulcers. Dr. Couch, in his Praxis Catholica, noted successful recovery from consumption through water intake alone, avoiding alcoholic and acidic beverages known to worsen the condition. For those experiencing facial flushing or back heat, water consumption alongside a cooling diet proves effective. Water helps manage blotches caused by overheated blood, as Dr. Duncan observed that individuals with a cooler blood temperature rarely experience skin issues compared to those consuming hot beverages and rich diets. Water is also recommended for alleviating colic, with large water intake proving beneficial, as noted by Fortes and Dr. Wayne Wright. Similarly, in smallpox cases, generous water consumption helps maintain hydration, preventing complications like dehydration. Salmon and others emphasize the importance of adequate water intake during illnesses to prevent adverse outcomes. In fevers, including burning fevers, water is a safe and effective remedy. It helps quench heat and is recommended by renowned physicians like Dr. Primrose, Galen, and Dr. Oliver. Drinking water abundantly during fevers aids in cooling the body and expelling toxins, as observed by various medical practitioners throughout history. Water's ability to refresh and hydrate, especially during illnesses, highlights its essential role in maintaining health and aiding recovery. Cold water is remarkably effective in treating joint strains and sprains, as noted by Van Hayden. Immersing the affected area in cold water for about 2 hours can swiftly alleviate swelling and pain by discouraging the accumulation of fluids. For areas like the shoulder that can't be submerged easily, applying cold water-soaked towels works similarly, a technique commonly used for treating horse injuries. Cold water baths are also beneficial for strengthening weak joints, as observed by Sir John Floyer. Regular cold water immersions helped alleviate pain and improve strength in individuals with joint weaknesses, demonstrating the therapeutic value of cold water treatments. Additionally, cold water applications are effective for relieving headaches. Van Hayden and others have documented cases where consistent cold water exposure helped alleviate chronic headaches and nasal issues caused by excess mucus. In cases of insomnia during fevers, applying cold water-soaked towels to the forehead can induce sleep. As demonstrated in personal experiences and medical advice from Dr. Coburn, cold water's cooling effect aids in relaxation and promotes restful sleep. Cold water is also beneficial in reviving individuals from fainting spells. Splashing cold water on the face can quickly revive someone from a fainting episode caused by toxic fumes from a congested stomach, preventing potentially fatal outcomes. Personal experiences highlight the immediate and life-saving effects of cold water in such situations. Overall, cold water therapies offer a cost-effective, accessible, and natural approach to managing various health issues. From joint injuries to headaches and fainting episodes, providing quick relief and promoting recovery. Severe nosebleeds have been effectively treated using cold water in various ways. Drinking cold water in large quantities, flushing cold water into the nostrils with a syringe, and applying cold water-soaked towels around the neck, changing them as they warm up, have all proven beneficial. According to reputable sources, these methods help cool down the blood's temperature and constrict the bleeding veins in the nose, effectively stopping the bleeding. Additionally, cold water splashed onto the face has also been successful in halting nosebleeds, as noted by both a French writer named Flamand and Cook in his book Marrow of Surgery.